अलग नशा है. एंड दैट इज़ द रीज़न मैं इतना ज़्यादा क्रिकेट से जुड़ चुकी थी, बिकॉज आई एम अ ह्यूज फैन ऑफ क्रिकेट. और देखना और उसको एंजॉय करना, ऐसे दुनिया में बहुत सारे लोग हैं, मैंने बहुत सारे लोगों को देखा है जो स्टेडियम पे बैठ के चौका लग गया, वो छक्का हो गया, ये हो गया, बट मुझे कुछ समझ में नहीं आ रहा. वो एनर्जी और वो चिल्लाना जो होता है ना, उससे समझ में आता है कि लोग कितने पागल हैं क्रिकेट के लिए. अलग अलग देशों से अलग देशों में जा रहे हैं सिर्फ देखने के लिए, सिर्फ उसे इंजॉय करने के लिए. और आई थिंक दिस इज़ द रीज़न मैंने एक छोटी सी कोशिश करी थी कि मैं भी चाहती हूँ कि वो एक ऐसा प्लेटफॉर्म बन सके कि जो लोग देख रहे हैं, वो जो देख रहे हैं उनके भी दिल में कुछ तो प्यार होगा क्रिकेट के लिए. हो सकता है उनमें से कुछ लोग हों जो प्लेयर्स हों, जो खेलना चाहते हों, जो खेल रहे हों, बट उस जगह तक नहीं पहुंच पा रहे हों. तो वो उस जगह तक पहुंचने के लिए, उस मुकाम तक पहुंचने के लिए एक छोटी सी कोशिश है कि हम लोग ये T10 STCL जो लीग लेके आ रहे हैं, और ये क्रिकेट का जो क्रेज है वहाँ से ही स्टार्ट हुआ.
Just amazing because you spoke about platform and I just want to tell you एक छोटी सी कहानी. There's a background story to this as well. I was not part of cricket till about 6 years back. I was part of the entertainment media. I was always passionate about the sport. Dinesh Karthik was the captain of the first team that I joined, and that was Kolkata Knight Riders. That's where I met him. I've always loved him. It's another thing that तमिल भी बोलते हैं तो वो एक अलग connection है ही. ठीक है, I know how passionate you're about the sport. I don't think there's anything in this world that you would rather do than to either talk the game or play the game. But tennis ball is a different feeling altogether. There are cricketers who start off from school, college, they get into season ball, then they play for clubs, they play for their franchise, state teams. Tennis ball is a different madness. How did you decide to associate with a tennis ball league like STCA?
First up, thank you so much everybody for coming here. It means a lot to us. So when you start an initiative like this, it's important to have the love and support of a lot of people, and it's very nice to see a lot of you here. So as a cricketer, obviously I've played a lot with a normal cricket ball. But growing up, every young kid has played rubber ball cricket or tennis ball cricket in their societies, apartments, wherever it is. I've also been one like that. In Chennai, where I grew up, we used to play a lot of cricket in our own building. And that stays with you. When you start playing the sport, the beauty is, yes, you want to do well for your country, represent one match, which was almost like always my goal. But the fact that you develop friends when you play that was such an important and integral part of my growth as a person. And I've always had this affinity towards normal cricket, ball cricket. But when I look back at a lot of the young boys who played with me, not all could have played that cricket ball, but they had an innate, unique talent by playing that tennis ball cricket. There are a lot of people in the building definitely better than me playing that tennis ball cricket. So when this opportunity came up, I was immediately reminded of connecting back with my roots. And that's what we're looking to get here as well. Give an opportunity to a lot of the young boys and girls around India to come register and be part of a league which will definitely fulfill their goals of being seen on TV, of playing, or rather what it means to be playing in a league filled with competitive players. So that is what attracted me to this league.
Listen, you're right, because everyone who's played tennis ball cricket, by the way, huge shout out to a very good friend, and he's a brilliant actor, Amit Sihal, who's also here. And you're talking about the whole passion. I mean, you can't get batting pads, wicket keeping gloves, wicket keeping pads, and a season ball, get the wickets, get the bats which are English willow bats. Tennis ball cricket is seen as a recreational sport, right? But when you get a league like that, how are you trying to change the perception from it being recreational now to actually kids picking up this as a passion and as a profession?
First thing, as we know, India is a huge country. We all know the metros and there's a lot of towns and places to play. But as you get deeper into the villages, they all play with tennis ball. Not everybody plays with cricket ball. It is an opportunity for those young kids with those dreams of being, or rather playing the highest level in wherever, whatever capacity. It need not mean playing for India, but it would definitely mean being seen in front of the TV, having a crowd to come and watch them play. That is a dream in itself. The energy that you get, you just heard. I mean, say about what it meant to go for a cricket match. There are so many young boys and girls who would love this opportunity to just go out there and show their skills. To showcase your skills is one of the most important aspect of anybody growing up, because sometimes that skill is lost after a point of time because you feel you didn't get the opportunity to show it to the world. And that is what this league wants to bring about. You have the opportunity to register online, and then you get the opportunity to come and be part of a trial. And if you're good enough, you will eventually get picked because there are going to be cricketers who are going to watch you play. And they know what it means to play. It's not just the results that they're looking for in terms of boundaries and sixes, but also what skill you have. And that will eventually get you a place, hopefully, in the auction before which you can go on to be a part of the league. So the system is created in such a way that we don't miss out anybody from anywhere. We try and give as much opportunities to anyone who has picked up a bat and ball in any part of India.
देखिए आज ऐसा नहीं है कि वी आर ऑल सिटिंग हियर, इसके बाद दिनेश कार्तिक और मैं हम दोनों अपनी अपनी मंजिल जाने वाले हैं, बिकॉज देयर इज अनदर मैच आल्सो दैट इज हैपनिंग टुडे एंड वो चैंपियंस ट्रॉफी का एक मैच है. अब जब क्रिकेट की बात आई सो आई वाज लाइक यार काम पे तो जाना ही है, सो आई माइट नॉट बी एबल टू टेक द टाइम. आई विल बी कॉलिंग ऑन समवन एल्स ऑन स्टेज. बहुत खास दोस्त है मेरे. व्हेन ही सेड कि Dinesh Karthik is going to be a part of this event, I was like, "Wait, I'm gonna aa jaunga and then I'll head to the studio." Shazi, you have been a reason why I'm here, but I want to know, cricketers itne sare the, why did you get Dinesh Karthik on board as the co-owner for STCL? What were reasons kya the?
See, there are so many reasons. अगर मैं अभी चालू करूँगी तो आपको भी जाना है, इनको भी जाना है. तो मैं बहुत ही चीज़ें जो दिमाग में मेरे अभी आ रही है मैं वो आपको बताती हूँ. बट आई टेल यू बहुत सारी चीज़ें. सबसे पहले तो ही इज़ माई फेवरेट क्रिकेटर, और मैं एकदम पागल फैन जैसा साउंड नहीं करना चाहूँगी, बट या आई जस्ट लव हिम, लव वॉचिंग हिम क्रिकेट. एंड another thing is there are so many cricketers who are famous globally, but when it comes about consistency and dignity, the only name comes in my mind is DK. I'm being very honest. The reason is there is a balance between aggression, calmness, and fun. When I saw him, जब भी क्रिकेट में इनका जैसे भी एंट्री होती है ना ग्राउंड पे, मैंने इनको हमेशा देखा है हैप्पी फेस विथ लॉट्स ऑफ एनर्जी. एग्रेशन ऑल्सो, एग्रेशन इज इम्पॉर्टेंट इन क्रिकेट, वो तो बहुत ही ज़्यादा ज़रूरी है, बट दैट बैलेंस ही मेंटेन्स कि वो बहुत ज़्यादा किसी भी तरीके से, मैं किस तरीके से एक्सप्रेस करूँ, वो ख़राब नहीं लगता. पीपल हु anyone who is watching him, he'll feel happy, he or she will feel happy. वो जो एक happiness जो ये लेके आते हैं ना, वो एक I think वो एक अलग एनर्जी क्रिएट कर देता है कि अभी डीके आया ना, कुछ तो अच्छा ही करने वाला है, ऐसा वाला. और आफ्टर रिटायरमेंट आई थिंक इनकी जो भी बात होगी उसी डिग्निटी और कंसिस्टेंसी की वजह से हमेशा कंसीडर की जाएगी उसको. जो भी वो अगर क्रिकेट के बारे में अगर उनकी कोई भी टिप्पणी होगी, एनीथिंग ही सेज अबाउट मैचेस और एनीथिंग एनी प्लेयर, पीपल विल अंडरस्टैंड, पीपल विल एक्सेप्ट दैट. और वो बहुत ज़रूरी है, बिकॉज जो छोटे प्लेयर्स जो छोटी जगहों से आते हैं वो प्लेयर्स, कई बार कई लोगों के दिमाग में ये चीज़ रहती है कि मैं अच्छा प्लेयर था बट आई हैव नॉट गॉट सिलेक्टेड, और ये बहुत सारी चीज़ें आ जाती हैं प्रॉब्लम. लेकिन अगर डीके इज इन द पिक्चर, they will consider it, they will accept it, they will work on it, and that is a very important. And I think अगर हम वो एक मैसेज उन प्लेयर्स तक पहुंचा रहे हैं कि if you have to work hard on yourself to become famous globally, तो वो बहुत ज़रूरी है कि ऐसे एक प्लेयर से वो मैसेज जाए जिनकी बात और उतनी वैल्यू रखती है.
ठीक है, she's made such a pertinent point. Look, you're one of the busiest broadcasters that I know of, right? You're doing work on digital as well. If I'm not wrong, you were in Dubai for the India-Pakistan game. You flew back. Now you're here. You're going to talk on the game today. For someone who's that busy with so many commitments, what convinced you to be a part of this? Because there's so many leagues, and when you and your name gets attached to something like STCL, it validates a league, which for a lot of kids they'll be like, oh, if Dinesh Karthik is associated with it, then this means business.
I'll just tell you a small story. Now I was in Dubai, but before that I was there for a week-long camp with the RCB players. And Jitesh Sharma was there. I was speaking to him just generally about cricket and all of that. And he said, Bhaiya, मैं बहुत tennis ball cricket अभी भी खेलता हूँ. I said, what? He said when he finds time, he goes and plays tennis ball cricket a lot. He represents Vidarbha, but he's not from Nagpur. He stays in a place called Amravati. From there, he goes down another 150 kilometers and he still plays tennis ball cricket when he has the time. Now, that in itself is validation that a player who is currently in the Indian team, he's obviously reduced it, but still when he finds time, which he hardly does, goes and plays. And he is saying, Bhaiya, आपको पता नहीं tennis ball cricket में कैसे कैसे खेलते हैं उधर, it's very different. The way the ball spins, the way the different actions are. तो मुझे कभी कभी लगता है एक दो प्लेयर तो उधर से IPL भी खेल सकते हैं, उतना टैलेंट है, बस उनको मौका नहीं मिला. When you hear that, you feel wow. And the beauty of a tournament like this, a venture like this, is to hope that somebody, we're going to have thousands who are going to come into life. Somebody will have that opportunity to showcase their skill and eventually go on to achieve something big. And that's the sole reason why a part of it. Why lose out on any talent they have? If they have the skill, why not?
DK, as a cricketer, as someone who's now associating yourself with this game, I'm sure you see a lot of potential. You will see a lot of potential. You'll see a lot of promise. What do you really want out of this league? Say, in terms of Indian cricket, in terms of all these kids who will have dreams one day that, you know what, we want to be famous, we want to be on the telly, we want to be on mobiles. Maybe we are not good enough to make it to IPL or to the Indian cricket team, but हम खेलना चाहते हैं in front of an audience. So what do you want out of those kids?
Simple. If a cricketer comes and tells me after playing this league, Bhaiya, thank you so much for giving me this opportunity, क्योंकि जब हम खेलते थे कोई नहीं देखता. But today I'm able to play in front of an audience, in front of people watching me. My mother and father watch me on TV. I think that will give me the most happiness being part of it.
And listen, अब आते हैं technical questions पे कि कैसे होने वाला है, and I think there's one man who can probably give us all the answers. He is the founder and CEO of Significant Sports. And my good friends, Dr. Rajkumar. Can we get a chair for him? Okay, so our nitty-gritty split. To start a league,
बाकी चीजों के लिए मैं लायक नहीं हूँ.
to start a league, you know, we are here, we're talking to members of the media, we're talking to people who will be a part of the league in varying capacities. But how do we get it started? अब कहाँ पे होगा, कैसे होगा, what is the groundwork of it? You'll have to tell us, Mr. Khan.
Okay, first of all, thank you everyone for coming. Secondly, a very simple answer to this. Wherever you think you can reach, we are there. It is as simple as that. To define it a little more in a broader perspective, we are covering about 32 different states, 44 to 45 different cities of India. We are going into the absolute grassroots level, because this is what when we were in the ideation level when Shadi said that she wants to do this kind of league. So the first thing what we spend time on is to understanding where exactly the cricket is getting missed in terms of talent. So we understood that because as we all know, you, DK, we have been doing cricket for a good long time now. So we understood that we are not reaching to the absolute grassroots level. So to eliminate that thing, we went as deep as possible. That we have gone in terms of the data. We have data in terms of taluka wise. Then you come to शाखा wise. तब आप उसके बाद आते हैं district आते हैं, शहर आते हैं, district आते हैं, state आते हैं. So we have eliminated all the pointers and we have made sure that कि जहाँ specifically लोग पहुँचे नहीं हैं या talent को खोजने के लिए वहाँ लोग जाते नहीं हैं और cricket होता है. लेकिन वो cricket सिर्फ उस शहर के मुकाबले होता है. शहर से बाहर बहुत कम लोग निकल पाते हैं. So that's how we initiated and we structured it in a way आपको कहीं जाने की जरूरत नहीं है. If at all, assuming me tomorrow, my friend Pranav is sitting here, if he said कि यार अमरावती में नहीं हो रहा है, why? So we will try to explore that opportunity that we reach to Amravati also. If not exactly on the Amravati, we'll try to find out the nearest location which is next to Amravati. Which is like, just to give an example, Pune or Aurangabad, both city centric. So that we don't miss out the talent. If it is under the radius of 100 or 150 kilometers, everyone can reach, come. अब उसमें दो चीजें और भी होती हैं कि कई दफा ये भी हो जाता है कि a guy who is registering, he says that it is too far or too near to me. Then we make sure that we conduct a plan on the second phase of the trial that we go to those cities also. So on the structure wise that, the league is going to take place in Delhi, which is going to start from 1st of June. It will be broadcasted to one of the finest channels. Can't disclose them due to certain commitments. So yeah, this is it.
Okay, so the three of you are here, and we have seen so many leagues across the world, right? Like at the professional level and even the recreational level. The one grouse that a lot of kids or people growing up have is, भैया एक season हुआ उसके बाद वो बंद हो गया. So how are you guys thinking of making sure that STCL is not a short-term venture and the relevance remains for years to come?
Okay. To answer this, so in the very basic thing, we are not associating with anybody, including our team. So you find a team who's sitting out there, the green are like all of us. They are aware the basic structuring what we are doing. We are planning for the next 5 years to begin with. And that includes the registration level, the brand level, the broadcast level, the marketing level, and as well as acquiring the talent also. So the person who's registering, we have got the data of those players. Unfortunately, if somebody is not getting selected, we will be coming after this first season of the league, we will be trying to get into the district level of cricket tournament, which is organized by STCL, so that they get to understand that it is repetitive, the STCL is to keep on coming throughout the year. In a way, we are nurturing them for the next season. And then when the next season comes, they again come to the trial and do it, and they get associated.
DK, I'm sure that you and Rashid and Shazid, you had long conversations, and I'm sure that one of the things that you want to bring to this league is a certain level of professionalism. That's a खेलने के लिए नहीं खेल रहे हैं. That the teams, the players, the coaches, and the entire way the game is played has a very professional touch and look to it. So, have you had those conversations? Like, what is the model going to be? The franchisees or the teams? How many teams and things like that?
Let's be honest, Rashid is very aware of how to execute a plan like this. When you start at a very nascent stage, you first obviously want to make sure nobody misses out on the opportunity, wherever you come from. That is the big goal. And then you boil it down to, as you keep peeling the layers off, you have the owners, or the owners of the franchisee, and in them you expect to have the right people around to guide these young boys to make sure that they get to a stage where they understand the seriousness of a tournament like this. You ask a lot of the young boys or girls playing today, they would love to have an opportunity to play in front of crowds / be telecast on TV. These are two big things for a lot of people. When you're getting that opportunity, you have to understand and realize the value of it. So that comes when the right support staff, the right setup is there, who are designated by the owners with the right intent. Now at the end of the day, once in a franchise setup, you bring in the right people for the right reasons, but it is upon them to make sure that the professionalism is inculcated in those boys. And that is part of learning as well. Not everybody who plays this will understand what it is, but the moment they come into a setup and they realize how structured everything is, they will eventually fall into that.
So obviously we have big dreams, right? We want it to become bigger and better than anything that we have seen so far. But realistically, since it's just the first season, we don't know. That's the beauty of it. It's the fear of the unknown. It's also the beauty of the unknown. Realistically, what are your goals with the first season?
So that question I will answer you, which I have answered earlier also in the other associations we have in the past. So as organization significant sports, we believe in a philosophy and we all are driven by that. It's not about the result, and I'm not worried, believe me of that. We believe in the process. If my process is right, I am nobody to decide the destination. or the destiny or the approach or the class of the cricket. If I am in the process and my process is right, I am executing it, learning it, and implementing it right. There is just one thing which is right, and I am sure about it. Now your question is how big, as an individual, as a businessman, and as being a cricketer, being in a cricket business, we understand the dynamics. Believe me, after first season, you will come back and say that never thought this will become this big. And one most important thing which I forgot to mention. Usually when we talk about any league, when we talk about any kind of structured business, usually I get the credit or Shazi gets the credit. Believe me, I am the most or probably the least experienced and learned man in this entire team. You know, a league or a brand or a product gets success when you have you have a team who resonates what you think. And this is where my success is, and I know that they are doing it right. So the team who is working behind this for over the last 2.5, 3 months, sleepless nights, like there have been times we have not eaten for good 24 hours, and we have not realized that we have not eaten. So you can understand the determination what we are looking at. So we are making sure that every smallest possible thing which is not spoken, which is not heard, let's rectify it, let's learn it out and explain and execute. If we can do that, that's our success. The other ways of success, I think that probably let the time speak about it.
Just last few questions. I know that Piyush Chawla is also associated with it. I had conversations with him just yesterday. Danny Morrison, also a fellow broadcaster, is associated with it. What will be the role of the other professional cricketers in terms of, will they be mentoring, just talking to the budding young cricketers who are coming up?
The first most important aspect is when you have trials, you want the right people around judging the players. That is the most important reason why they are there. Picking the right group of players so that not one talent is movable. Everybody who is part of this league deserves a place to be in the part of this league purely because ex-cricketers who played the sport have recognized and seen what they are capable of. That is the main thing. Post which comes mentoring, being part of a team and guiding them as and when, depending on how those boys are playing. That is the second aspect. But the first thing is identifying. And that's the most crucial part of being in this league for those four talents that we've spoken about. First Irish, Piyush Chawla, Ashok Tinda, and Danny Morrison.
And what was your thought? Like, do you want these brilliant cricketers who played the game, who have seen the highs and lows of the game, to be able to pass on their expertise or their knowledge that they have gained on a cricket field to this league and its cricketers?
Yes, a very direct question, yes. But eventually, that, as DK said, it is very important for an athlete or a cricketer to be chosen by the right person. Because if I go and start choosing talent, probably I will find a horrible playing 11 where DK will come back to me and say that you are fired because you couldn't do your job right. Okay, so these cricketers who have played the game and they are so experienced, when they go out and try to nurture the talent, we are rest assured, as I am just an employee of Shazi, that I am assured that when I go and report to my boss that I am in a safe hand, coming from a safe hand and deliver it right. So that's how I'm looking at it. And this is what is important for the league. And when we started, we had a conversation with DK also that we will make sure that the process remains the same. And process should be absolute perfect of that.
Listen, I think I've asked you every possible question. Congratulations, three of you, on the T10 STCL. There are people who are watching right now. I'm sure that you would have final words for the audience that will be streaming this.
I think let that start from DK.
First of all, as I said, thank you so much for coming. It's been an honor and privilege to have come here to start out this conference plainly because this is what is going to reach to the length and breadth of all the cricketers playing in Maidans, playing in the smaller villages. That is the whole aim. they know now that they have an avenue, a place for them to showcase their talent. That is the most important thing. At the end of the day, what media does is one of the most crucial aspects for any field, which is give exposure. We want everyone to know that the tournament starting this way, which is going to be played with tennis ball cricket, which is the same ball that is used wherever you play in India. And eventually, if you want to do something special, come be part of this trial, register yourself, and hopefully you will be chosen when you showcase what your talent is. And from there on, sky is the limit as to how far you can go. That is the main purpose. Thank you so much again.
What to say? The only thing in my mind is my vision. I just want to convey a small message that join us in any capacity, because we are coming up with a new festival, with a new celebration of cricket. We are trying to create, and I think I'll say we will create a new IPL of tennis ball. India ka त्यौहार of tennis ball, and just wait and watch and join us. Thank you.
Kaptan?
इन दोनों में बोलने के बाद बोलना नहीं चाहिए. See, it's very simple. As DK has been emphasizing from the beginning of the conversation, come and showcase your talent, because tomorrow or day after, when you see some other players or your ex-colleagues who are playing in the league, and you said, shit, yeah, I missed the train. So do not wait for it. If you think you can, we are here to help you. If we are here to guide you, we are here to support you in any possible manner we can. It's all about taking the first step. Where you will reach, you will not get to know unless you start walking it. So please join us in the journey. As Shadi said, in any capacity, what you think is right for you, what you think you can, and sky is the limit.
Alright, once again, congratulations to the three of you. Thank you so much, DK. Thank you so much, Shazi. Thank you so much, Captain Rashid Khan. Ladies and gentlemen, the team behind T10 STCL. Here you go. Sure, you would want to pose for a picture together. This is the start of